Do you feel like every time you turn around, somebody else is talking about artificial intelligence, AI, chat GPT, this and that? It's coming. Get ready for it. It's going to change the future. It's going to revolutionize everything. Humanity is over with. Yes. The answer is yes. I know you feel it because I feel it. It's everywhere. Everybody's talking about it, and it's about to explode across the world. So if you got about 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to talk about that today. What's up, everyone? Eric Allen, founder of Planiversity, back with you again, this time to talk about the thing that is going to drive us all absolutely insane, and that is artificial intelligence, chat GPT. I can't stop hearing enough about it. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's just in your face about it. It's only been like 3 or 4 weeks that this thing's really been known about, and ever since then it's all over YouTube, it's all over the internet, and I gotta warn you, things are about to change. Now, whether that be for the better or the worse, that's going to be up to people, but I can tell you, just like everything, just like every new movement, this thing is about to take off, and it's going to be a very, very, very oversaturated, overly used term. Everyone's going to jump on the bandwagon. You're going to see so many companies, like you could just Google AI and you will see pages upon pages upon pages of companies advertising their AI powered technology. Okay. And the thing I want to talk about today is just being careful about getting into that, about really embracing that. I'll give you straight up my opinion on it. Do I think that artificial intelligence is good for the future? Absolutely, when used the right way. My personal philosophy in life is moderation in everything. Moderation in everything. I don't care what it is. Anything that is done too much in abundance or underdone is just never great. But when you take something that has a great potential like AI does for certain things, and you moderate it, you bring it in, you bring balance to it, you don't let it get too far, you don't let it get too underutilized, you just find the right balance with it, it can be a great asset to technology. I mean, you just think about the ability of AI powered technology to troubleshoot a medical problem. You know, somebody goes into the hospital complaining about pain in their body, and sometimes the only thing we have is doctors and whatever varying level of experience they have to troubleshoot based on your symptoms and tell you what they think the problem is. And are they always right? Not always. We know that. We know that they're not always right. In fact, a lot of people would probably say that, you know, it seems like it's a 50-50 shot sometimes. But when it comes to AI, now you're ruling out certain things. You have technology that's actually able to apply a certain process to being able to figure something out, to be able to troubleshoot, to be able to find certain symptoms. And not only would it probably be very good at doing that thing, but the great thing about it is it's always going to improve on itself. It's always going to say, well, okay, the last time I did this wrong, you know, it's going to do the thing that people should actually be doing, which is improvement, you know, based on experience. So that technology can actually look and say, we diagnosed incorrectly last time. We miscalculated the symptoms. This time we're going to fine tune it, do this, do that, tweak this, tweak that, and be better about it. And every time it's just going to continuously improve until it can actually just look at the way you're probably just walking and be able to determine that person's having pain in their pancreas. That's just a wild example, but that's all I'm saying is I think it'll be really good for something like that. when they started talking about nanobot technology, I was all about nanobot technology. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm crazy overboard on that type of thing, because I'm not. Like I said, everything in moderation. But think about this. Think about if you could actually program cells to go into somebody's body to specifically target cancer cells and eliminate them. How awesome would that be? And then, yes, you have to release some kind of electromagnetic pulse into their body that won't injure them, but will actually disrupt those nanobots and disable them. But I mean, it's just fascinating to think about the things that we can do with technology when used the right way. But as we know, based on history, people have a tendency to take technology and advance it to a point where it can be used for the wrong reasons, right? Look at the airplane. When did the first airplane fly? 1903, something like that. Before long, the thing was already being used in the First World War. It was already being used as a weapon of war. That happened with so many pieces of technology. And will it be any different for AI? I doubt it. I'm sure in the future there will be missiles that could be calibrated and guided by AI technology. There's certain lasers that would be able to focus in on the right spot on a missile to be able to disable it in the air without it ever getting close to its target. I think AI could do some good for the world if used for the right reason. Now, what I want to talk about today is how I think that AI is actually going to be used, not necessarily for the wrong reasons, but I think it's going to become extremely oversaturated. I feel like people are going to use it because they're going to think, hey, this is going to give us a leg up, even if 100% of their business is organic and 5%, 3% of their business has an incorporated AI technology that's fed into the business through an API. They're going to say this is an AI powered business, and now that's the brand they're going with. Now they're advertising themselves and this and that, and now they're an AI technology company. It's going to get crazy. Now, I want to tell you a little story about when I was at a recent travel show. I'm not going to name any specifics. I'm not going to talk company names or anything like that. But what I'm going to tell you about is there was a guy walking around, right? He was a rep from a company, his own company. He was walking around and he'd actually been attending different travel shows, linking up with companies, describing his business, seeing if people were interested in doing business with him. I met him. He walked around. He would check back in periodically just to say hi, because I think honestly he was just looking to make conversation sometimes. But at one point he came over and he said, "Hey, did you check out this one business?" And I looked at it. I said, yeah, I talked to them yesterday. It's a pretty interesting, concept. Also a travel app. And he said, it's awesome. I just downloaded it and all of my stuff just populated. Right now, this was a AI powered travel app that produces a lot of your information in an organized fashion, similar to Planiversity. Not quite the same concept, but it's trying to pull all of the data from your trip together, and they had one specific niche that made them different than everybody else, which I thought was pretty interesting. But what I didn't like about this, what I thought was questionable about this, was the individual looked at me as like, this is awesome. I literally just downloaded this thing and all of my information from my trips just popped up. And I said, wait, how is that possible? Did you feed it information? He said, no, I created an account. I said, did you log in with Google? And he said, no. And then he goes back through and he checks and he's like, yeah, I signed up with Google. And the first thing I was thinking instantly was, dude, delete that damn thing. Like, that technology probably had in the fine print somewhere, but that technology just immediately, without him actually having to feed it to the technology, that technology went into his email, scraped his email, and pulled all of that relevant data out of there. Now, I know what you're thinking. Having a trip parser is nothing new. A lot of businesses actually use it, but data privacy is huge, especially if you're in some place like the EU. Data privacy is big. Now, what I don't trust is a technology that goes directly into your email account, scrapes all of your email. What else is it collecting? marketing, right? Now, one thing that a lot of people don't think about is when you actually go in and you download an app, before you actually download the app, you can actually scroll down, you can see the pictures, you can see the reviews, and you can see what their data privacy policies are and what they're using data for. I strongly encourage people to look at that information because they must tell you right there, okay? It's a huge violation of your data privacy if a company's going in there and they're scraping all of your data, and God only knows if a technology can scrape your data that quickly, what else is it pulling? What other personal information do you have in your email account that thing could actually pull and collect as data and use to track you in the future when it comes to what your habits are? Where do you like to shop? Who are all the other companies sending you offers? Like, what type of field do you actually prefer to go into? I mean, are you the type of person who has all these different sporting brands sending you different emails because you sign up for all these different companies? Or are you the type of person who travels a lot and now you're going here and you're going there? Or are you the type of person who does a lot of business and you have a lot of business information in your emails? I absolutely would not trust it. Now, what you're going to see going forward is AI is literally going to saturate the market. I'm not kidding. You mark my words, as we go forward, you're going to see every company out there is going to start labeling themselves AI. We are a travel agency who is artificially intelligence enabled. We are a whatever. We are a cable provider who provides cable and uses AI technology to make your viewing preferences more favorable. It doesn't matter. Everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon. Everybody's going to want to be a part of this because it's selling. And that's the most important part for people, is that it is selling. But in this mad rush, there's going to be a lot of confusion. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of data privacy that's actually compromised. And that is one thing I really urge all of you to be careful of, because you don't just want to go out there and implicitly trust a company to actually go into your private email, to go through your things and not collect your data and not sell your data, not use your data against you, not use your data to sell to other companies so that they can make money off of you, because now they've just told XYZ company where you like to shop, where you like to go, where you like to do business. And by the way, this is what my kids look like. This is what my wife looks like. This is what I do on the weekends. You name it, it's all out there. And the thing about AI too is that in order for AI to work, this artificial intelligence to work, it needs information, right? It's like a system that needs to be fed. You have to feed this thing in order for it to do what it's designed to do, which is execute. It's designed to execute. It's designed to accomplish, to produce results. In order for it to do that, it needs data. And where are they getting the data? If a company is going to be AI powered and they want to provide you the best data, they need to collect data from somewhere else. Okay. So the more you get involved with businesses that actually have AI powered or AI driven technology behind them, there's going to be a lot of data behind them. And a lot of that data could come from people. It could come from private people. It could come from emails. And I would just urge everyone to be very careful about getting involved with too many companies that do things like scrape your email and pull data out of it, because there is no way to be certain that they're not pulling information that's not relevant to them. Because that is a huge market right now, is collection of data and selling of data. Where do you think so many companies are getting their leads from? You know, there are many companies, and we could actually Google it right now. You could go on there and you could say, I want to buy sales leads, and you can go to these companies and they'll sell you 1,000 leads, 10,000 leads, whatever, for, you know, however amount of money. But where are they getting that information? They're not always getting that information from there. There's people that are actually scraping LinkedIn who are doing this the kind of old-fashioned way, but there are also companies that are actually collecting your data and selling your data to other corporations so that they can use that information to make more sales, to make more money. So that's just my disclaimer. Be very careful about it going forward. Now, take a look at this. I want to show you quick one of the things, like all these businesses that you're starting to visit, like everywhere. I just did simple Google search for AI technology, and this is the type of thing that I'm coming up with, and it's everywhere. There's all these different companies coming out here. Now check this out. I actually went on to Fiverr. I use Fiverr quite a bit, actually. And look at this. Already we're starting to see AI being advertised in here. Sorry, let me go back to this. Oh, there it was. So this is like, as soon as you pull up the dashboard, boom, this is what you get hit with. This is one of the primary things. And I guarantee that if I click on this, there's going to be a ton of companies or a ton of people out there that are like, hey, I specialize in AI drawing. I specialize in AI chat. And that's the other thing that you got to also be careful about is a lot of people now are going to be using AI technology to produce their content. So not only are they going to be feeding you blogs, but now the blog's not even artificial. It's not even, or I'm sorry, it is artificial. It's not even organic. It's not their own research data. Now this is data that's provided to them in a matter of 30 seconds by a company like ChatGPT or a service like ChatGPT. Look at this. Scrolling down through here, AI models, AI content editing, fact checking, AI music videos, AI applications. It goes on and on. Like there are so many people. Now look at this. Application developers for ChatGPT. DALL-E artists, like DALL-E. I don't know if you've heard about DALL-E. It's art. It's amazing art, but it's art, and it's AI powered art. Then you got AI chatbot developers, AI mobile application developers. Like we're even going to check this out and see how many people are advertising themselves as a mobile applications developer using AI technology. I mean, look at this. Be very cautious. I will integrate ChatGPT DALL-E for your business starting at $10. Okay, I don't know if I would trust that. I will integrate OpenAI in your Android mobile app starting at $10. Come on. Now look at this. This is what's going to happen. And how many pages are there of this? All these companies, all these people selling their services to be able to give you AI. Okay, so now today there's just one page. Just roughly off the top of my head, it looks like there's about 50 people offering services, but still, this is only going to grow. This person, I will do anything using AI chat GPT for your website and writing online, whatever, probably online courses, it says. Okay, starting at $10. This person is using a brand new technology to produce something for them starting at 10. Like, honestly, are you really going to trust something like this? So you got to be careful with these types of things. Another one, look at this. This is going to show up in travel more and more. AI used in travel and tourism to improve customer experience and traveler journey. So all I'm saying is be careful about it. All right. AI is going to be around. It's going to be a part of our future, whether we like it or not. People are going to jump on this bandwagon. Be very careful about who you do business with. Data privacy laws are only going to become tighter as we move forward. People that are offering AI related products are going to become more ubiquitous as we go forward. So the two worlds are really going to start butting heads, and they're going to have to find ways in the future to try and tighten control on this thing before information and data privacy is just spread everywhere. People have to be very careful about this type of thing. So having said all that, just make sure that when you go forward, any company that you're doing business with is being very mindful about their application of AI technology, if that's something that they're actually using. Now, if it is, go through the app, read about the reviews, read about what their data privacy laws are and what data is being collected for. If it's vague, if it's anything that needs to go into your photos, that needs to go into your emails to collect data to be able to provide a service to you, personally, I wouldn't trust it, but that's just my opinion. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please always feel free to reach out to us, plans@planiversity.com. I'd love to hear from everybody. I love to talk about these types of things. We'll see what we can come up with for the next topic, and safe travels. Talk to you later.